So on this video I will show you how I've made some plantain salve. Literally took me, well, the bit I did today took me about half an hour. And I got these little pots. This is the half pot that I had of salve from it, which you can use on, skin irritation, stings and bites and things like that. So it all started in spring when I harvested some plantain. There was just a good patch out in the yard, so I picked all that. I tied it up in bunches and hung it from the ceiling in my living room, which is a nice airy and dry place for it to be. Hung it there until it was crunchy. Well, actually, alright, Tal, come here. It was well beyond crunchy. And then you could just crush it up, but I just popped it in the food processor, chopped it up, put it in a jar which was 2/3 full of the plantain, and then I topped it up with some olive oil. You can use any oil, but Tally, leave the spicy pies alone. Tally, come on, Jujubin. Yes, sorry. Chopped up plantain in a jar, 2/3 full, top it up with olive oil. I used olive oil because that's what I had. You can buy many different types of oils to use for salves. I then left it in the jar for 2 weeks, shaking the jar every day or two. Then last night I set up a strainer and I strained the oil and plantain mixture into another jar, which then left me with the oil. What you got there? Tally's just found his toy. Yeah, left me with the oil. And in the meantime, I went to the smallholding festival at Bealthwells, and there was a beekeeper there selling beeswax, so I bought some beeswax from them there. And then that brings me to where we are in the video. At this point I'll apologise if there's any weird noises in the audio, because I'm sat outside talking through this and Tally is out here with me playing with a toy, so there might be dog noises in the background. So it happened to be that I had 150 grams of oil, and when I did a bit of research on making salves, it seemed like a good ratio between oils and beeswax is 15 grams of beeswax for 150 grams of oil. Sorry, for 100 grams of oil. So I popped my oil in a bowl on the scales, which came to, I think it came to just over 150 grams. I can't remember. And then the beeswax, which I'd actually grated so that it melted quicker, because it came in a block, then went into the bowl with the oil. I then placed the bowl in a bain-marie, which is a pan of hot water. Well, it wasn't hot water at this point, pan of water, and the bowl's not touching the bottom of the pan. I then popped that on the heat, so I heated up everything was from cold, and then just stirring it occasionally until everything had melted. Once that was all combined and melted, I then simply poured it into little tin pots that I had, You could pop it in a jar if that's what you've got. And then I did have to, because the jug I was pouring from was cold that it went into, the salve started to set, so I had to heat it up again and then go again and pour the rest of it on. Then I waited until it had set enough so that I could pick it up, and I popped the lids on. Is my plantain salve. I'll label it. I'm not sure how, whether I'll just write on the pot or whether I'll print some little labels for them. And now I've got 13, or is it 12 and a half pots of plantain salve, which I can use throughout the summer for any insect bites I get. And I will be gifting some to some friends and family.